What's going on, guys and gals, and welcome to Good Real Hunting. We're in for the good real, so you don't have to. It's your boy Brad. The Brett Man's right over there. Chris is underneath this. Today we have a really fun ranking for you guys. We're going to be giving you the top 10. What? No. We're going to be giving you...
What the fuck was that?
You don't want
Let's
to
just
just go
go
with
back.
WTF? What the H?
Yeah, I know. I'm mixed. All
Or,
right, let's
I
go.
said,
Hold on.
What TH?
Recount. All right. 3, 2, 1. What's going on, guys and gals, and welcome to Good Real Hunting, where we hunt for the good real, so you don't have to. It's your boy Brad. The Brett Man's right over there. Chris is underneath us. Today we have a really fun ranking for you guys. We're going to be giving you our top 10 WTF moments from the Friday the 13th franchise. This is an idea that we talked about last summer when we did that Friday the 13th review series, which we'll put a link for that over Brett's head. That was the best time we've had on the channel so far. But we honestly just
coming summer.
Yeesh. But we forgot to do it. But we're here to do it today, and we're gonna have a really good time. I think there's so many of these moments throughout the franchise that all of our list is going to be different, and we're just going to have all the kinds of fun memories to go down that lane about today. So, man, I'm really stoked to get to this one, boys.
You mean we're going to make some Crystal Lake memories?
Yes, the one that was shaped like a dick.
That looks just like an enormous wank.
Oh my gosh, yeah. Dude, that should be on this list. I totally forgot about that. That's the most hilarious shit I've ever seen in my life. But Chris, speaking of what the fuck, how are you doing?
Bubby, I am great, man. You know what? This is such a great time because I'm going back through my notes that I took on all 10, 11 of these things that we did last year. 11 of them, I guess. And these fucking notes that I had on here, dude. I mean, half of them don't even make any sense, but they're all fucking hilarious. They're just bringing.
You want to provide a quick example of one of your notes?
You're damn right. Yeah. So I had in part 8, I wrote down there's been a series of murders and the wrestling team doesn't have a fuck to give. I don't even know.
I don't even know what the fuck that means.
You remember the wrestling team runs up there, like half of the ship has been killed, and they and they're like, everybody's being murdered, blah blah. And the captain's just like, just calm down. And they still go and throw a party. I wrote down that Brett was a more convincing thug than the New York thugs they had in there.
Hey, slide back. We're just trying to have a good time.
If the crack don't get you, the hookers will.
Yeah.
And then the pothead flower in part 7 when he takes the guy, the stony guy, he cuts his head off and puts it in a flower pot.
Yes. Oh my god.
I didn't even think about that. Dude.
Oh my gosh. So guys, if you already figured it out.
I literally wrote, listen, one more, dude. I literally wrote part 7. I wrote why the fuck would she telekinesis this guy back to life? It's a good question.
Yeah, that's a damn good question. I don't know. There's no good reason to do it.
Oh my gosh, guys. So if you don't already know where this is going, we're going to have a freaking good time with this. But we do have some honorable mentions before we go to our top 10. So guys, we'll do it like this. We'll do Brad, we'll do me, we'll do Chris. So Brad, real quickly, what are your honorable mentions?
There's 1,000 of them, but I'm just going to stick it to 2 today just to keep things simple. Like, honestly, there's so many items you could pull from this franchise and put it in this list. But let's keep things simple. I'm going to go for the first one. You remember part 5 when they're rolling up? I think it's when I just can't remember exactly which sequence it was, but I think it was when they were driving Tommy to the asylum or whatever. And they're in the car. Tommy's in the backseat. There's a dude driving. The passenger's looking at porn on the way there. He's got the magazine. Or it might have been the 2 cops later, but either way, he's got the magazine and they're just like looking at porn while they're driving. And Tommy's I think it's when Tommy's in the back. Like, it's a super random moment. I had that in my notes from earlier, and I was like, I wasn't gonna that was going to be the one I left off, but I just thinking back, I'm like, no, I got to mention that. And then there's also another one from part 4 when Rob like slashes his own tent open, like it's raining, like it's pouring rain, I think it is, and like it's like that's a shelter, and he sees a silhouette in the tent, and I guess he assumes Jason's there kneeling in a shrine for his mommy, and like he's just like I don't know, like I don't know what he imagined was going on in there, but the figurine was obviously like sitting down, like just hanging out doing kumbayas. I'm like, he's like, fuck it, he just freaking slashes it, and he says, surprise motherfucker, I'm here, like in the back of the tent. And I'm just like, dude, now you don't even have a home. Like you just don't have it. Like I that was a sequence when I was like, I just don't know what this guy's thinking.
Are you talking about figurine or are we talking about tangerine? Tangerine. Anyways, but was that your honorable mentions?
Yeah, that's my honorable mentions.
All right. I got
Help! I'm in a nutshell.
I got 3 honorable mentions. I'm just gonna do rapid fire with these real quick. My first honorable mention is from Jason Takes Manhattan, or takes a boat ride, or goes to Vancouver, whatever you want to call it. It's pretty much is when we see Jason without his
the original
mask.
title, Bert, please. Jason commandeers a medium-sized fishing vessel.
All right.
Briefly.
Whatever Chris said.
Jason briefly commandeers it.
But it is from part 8 where it's freaking Jason takes off his mask for the first time. It freaking looks like a putty for the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers.
Don't get me started on that, dude.
Yeah, that's my first what the fuck moment. My second one is from Friday the 13th part 3D, and that is Chili's Freakouts. Because just like that is way over the top, and I'm like, what the fuck is she doing? So that's it for that one. And then my last honorable mention, it should be, oh yeah, I actually did put that on my notes. My last honorable mention is from Jason Goes to Hell. It's pretty much the whole damn movie.
Oh shit. Nice.
But I do have one in particular in my top 10.
Well, for sure, part 9, Jason Goes to Hell, whenever he's doing the entire autopsy was almost enough to be in there. My favorite thing is whenever he says that he died, cause of death was bullet wounds. Like he fucking exploded. Like his body exploded. There was literally nothing left of his body. Yeah, he's still trying to claim it as bullet wounds. And then when he gets in the morgue, he's still like in one piece. But you guys, everyone saw him explode, right? I mean, he fucking...
Yeah, his head came up there like fucking...
Yeah, they decimated his entire body.
He looked like Bruce Willis from Die Hard 3 when he comes out the Fountain of Youth there. Like when he's like shooting out the freaking thing. Like his face comes close up to the camera like that.
My other thing is... one other one I would throw in there is Creighton Duke ordering the Voorhees burger the side of Jason Fingers.
I'll take a Voorhees burger and a side of Jason Fingers.
Still, that fucking gets me every time. I don't know why. I was always like, by the time you get to part 9, I thought, this is it, man. They've reduced Jason to food. Like Friday the 13th, it's such a gimmick now that there's a fucking restaurant that's based on this guy. You know what I mean? So
yeah, you got pop the holes, and you got the extra meat to create you another burger and save you some money.
I'd eat that for $1.
Yeah, man. So that's all I've got for honorable mentions. I think everything else is probably going to make it to my list.
Alrighty, so Brad, let's go ahead and start this top 10. What is your number 10?
Number 10 for me is the Leather Jacket Bros. Like from part 5. Like it's the most random sequence in the franchise. I think. I wouldn't go that far, but like it's like randomly like part 5's going on. We're following all these characters at the asylum, or the whatever they're at. I think they refer to it as Looney Bin or something in the movie. But then like out of nowhere, we get these two dudes like rolling up like Elvis, like out of nowhere, and like one of them goes to take a shit in the woods. He's like, I go take a dump, fix the car. Like the car breaks down, and like while the car's broken down, he's like, I gotta go freaking take a dump. You fix it. And then he comes back and he's like singing. He's like do 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 do, honking the horn and shit. The dude's dead in the hood. Like he's obviously dead. He ain't coming back. like because he got the freaking torch shoved down his throat. And the other guy's just sitting there like, hey, come on, ra-di-ta-ta-ta, ra-di-ta-ta-ta, ra-di-ta-ta-ta.
Rat-a-tat-tat-tat-tat-tooey. 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 Rat-a-tat-tooey. This ain't starting, man. Fucked up again, it ain't starting. I'm gonna kick your ass, kick your ass. Come on now. Come on, everybody, this ain't starting. Come on, motherfucker. Fix the fucking car. Come on. Fucked up again, you asshole. What you doing up there, Vinny?
And like then he gets murked too. Like I just thought the scene just really came out of nowhere. Obviously, very clearly they were in here just to throw more kills at us, but like definitely a scene you could have cut out entirely and it wouldn't have changed anything in the movie. Like it was just like they came out of nowhere, super random. I like the guy's energy, but I just like I maybe fix the car and then take a shit in the woods. Like I just don't know.
I guess so, man. But yeah, it's a freaking like looking like the Fonz twins. That's
They came from Greece. Yeah, they're like they were the guys from Greece, like with John Travolta.
Yeah, you would think they would freaking fly off to the sunset, but you know, Sandy. But my God, y'all gotta make me quit talking sometimes. But my number 10, I got. We freaking have a party in the pantry. Friday the 13th, the original from 1980, where we freaking found Ralph in the pantry.
I'm the messenger of God. You're doomed if you stay here. This place is cursed.
Because the officer came by and said, hey, I'm looking for this guy. Have you all seen him around? And then, of course, Chris's favorite line of all time goes, sit it, Tonto. And then freaking Alice checks the freaking pantry, and there's just Ralph just randomly hanging out in the pantry.
You know what, man? I mean, I've hung out in many a pantry. If the right items are in there and you're drunk enough, man, you just kind of hang out in there.
Well,
what you need is
we was drinking.
You need the flaming hot Cheetos, like, and you can eat them like just dry. You don't have to put any water in there. You can just put the Cheeto mix on there and just freaking.
Why would you put water? Okay, okay.
I ain't gonna stand for no weirdness out
I'm sorry. I'm talking about the mac and cheese, not the actual Cheetos. But yeah.
Oh, okay. Thank God. But
yeah, if those are in there, then you're golden. Like you don't have to worry about it.
Yeah, so of course I had to mention the freaking pantry scene because that was just all random as hell. It was, you'll never walk. I forgot what he said. Like, you'll never come back again. Like, I'm like, what are you doing in the pantry? Like,
Go.
I have a note on part 2 that literally just says, damn it, Ralph.
Oh my gosh. So, but that's it. That's my number 10 is freaking Ralph in the pantry.
Trent. No? Was that our guy? Brent.
Yeah, Brent.
What was the real character's name?
Oh, his real
name's our guy.
Trent.
Trent was the actual character. Yeah, dude, him in the middle of fucking saying, oh, God, you're so juicy and you have perfect nipple placement.
You got perfect nipple placement, baby.
That's one of the
So
craziest
juicy,
thing.
You can win t-shirt contest, baby. Like,
yeah, that is the weirdest shit that I've ever seen. And that gets the nod for me at number 10, man. Perfect nipple placement. Are you kidding me? I mean, I've said some crazy shit, you know, out there in the heat of passion, and I don't know that I've ever said perfect nipple placement.
That's because you're not a nice man. Like that's obviously something that's a very good compliment, and I think that like
really that's it. Oh yeah, please, any ladies that are watching, please chime in. Do you want to hear that you have perfect nipple placement? Please let us know.
And do you like guys with a stash?
Oh yeah.
Oh my god.
That's not okay, Brent. What was your character's name? I can't even remember now.
I can't. I don't even know anymore. But
it was Bert.
Yeah, it was me. It was Bert. God, that song is ruined forever. But anyway, Brad, what's your number 9?
Number 9 for me is part 3, Friday the 13th, part 3. It's the beginning, man. The freaking market scene when what's his name is out there. The guy, like the very beginning, when the guy who owns the market's running around. This place is a fucking zoo, dude. Like there's
Harold,
there's
dude,
bunnies.
come on.
Yeah, Harold. Yes, there's a bunny in the freaking. There's a bunny hanging out in the lettuce department, and then there's a snake in the back. Like I don't know like what the hell kind of place this is, but it's like I don't want to get my produce there. It's dirty. There's freaking rat shit on it. Like I don't know. Like I don't. That it doesn't sound good. And then he eats like what is he starts eating his peanuts or whatever.
Oh,
Like he has
Then he just closes it, puts it back on the shelf and all that. And that's what we said in the review last year, man. He's breaking rule number 1, which is this: you don't get diabetes on your own supply.
like
I just forget the massive shit he took too.
He does, yeah, and he probably doesn't. He's not washing his hands after that either. Like, and he goes back. Like he probably took one before he ate the peanuts too, and it's like I just don't know. Like I just don't know. There's animals everywhere. It's a petting zoo in there. Like I just don't get like why there's a rabbit in there, and there's the snake. There's a snake too. Like why?
If it's the snake going,
yeah. Like what the fuck was that?
I have a note on here. My notes from last year is that getting caught by Edna is worse than being murdered by Jason.
Oh shit! Oh my god!
I just don't know. Like I just don't get how that place is in business. Like obviously they got at least a 60 on their health score. Like like that's the max they're going to get.
Still be in business. No,
better than Wasabi's in Knoxville that one time. But anyways, that's for a different time. But my number 9. Let's see here. Brad, you might get me for this one, but it's the freaking smiley tree and Jason Lives.
Fuck off, dude. That was a good moment.
I'm sorry, but to me that was just completely forced and random. Just having a random smiley tree in there and someone's face is gonna you're really telling me that someone's face is gonna make that perfect round ball smiley face on the tree after a collision like that? Get the fuck out of here. So that's
maybe the tree already had a smiley face carved into it.
And plus we all know that as from Jason Lives, they took that sculpture of the smiley face and made him the freaking french fries we get at freaking elementary school. You know that's where they got that shit from. But that's my number. Man. But that's my number 9.
They were just too chicken shit to call them Voorhees fries or Jason fries. Sorry. Yeah. So for my number 9, I'm gonna go back to part 9, which you will see me revisit many a time. And man, it's still the end of part 9 that after everything else, Jason is basically reduced to a worm. Hurry!
That's reasonable.
Who did better, Jason Voorhees or Freddy Krueger?
The worm?
Yeah,
Jason worm, did it better,
yeah, because Freddy Krueger did it, and Freddy versus Jason. But God, terrible CGI. Yeah, but that's a whole what the fuck moment all by itself.
But at least that worm was like smoking and having fun. This one's just like, it's like going across the floor and shit. Dude.
Wait, what sound does it make again?
It starts kind of going across the floor there, man. I mean, it's like, just trying to find a new host. And then earlier in the flick, he's reduced to fucking, Jason is just Roman candles.
Mm-hmm. Oh my God.
Yeah, dude. You see what I'm saying? That's it, man. It was like, how many different things can he be in one flick there? And it's all bullshit. So yeah, dude. Satan's worm. That's my number 9.
Oh man. So Brad, we are down to the top 8. So what is your number 8?
Number 8 for me, we're going back to Jason Takes Manhattan, and it's going to be because, like, at the beginning of the movie, right? These two teenagers are hanging out, they're having a good time. She's naked, like they're both like, and he's in his tidy whities, like they're ready to get it on. Like boners have been made at this point. Yeah, Eddie Money's out, boners full sail. There's nothing like it's time to go. Like now's the time or it's never. And he's like, all right, I gotta go drop the anchor. And then, which is okay, fine. Safety first, that's fine. Okay, whatever. You don't want to run ashore and mess up the boat. But then after he drops the anchor, he comes back and tells this whole fucking Jason story.
Got you good, Susie.
It's like, no, who's going to do that? Like, yeah, like this is like maybe do that after the fact, but like at this point, like you're ready.
All right. So I'm a major ass.
You're 100% bonered out, and like you got to get in there and do it. Like, and then maybe after you tell the story about how Jason was murdered as a boy and he came back and he killed people and whatnot. Like that's a story for after, maybe earlier in the night, but not at that moment. Like that's a very inappropriate time to give that story.
So he dropped the anchor at the wrong situation.
Yeah, he absolutely he did. Yeah. I mean, he should have done the anchor first and then went in to make some moves. Or like, okay, fine. Like maybe you forgot to do the anchor fair. That's fair. Do the anchor so you don't crash, but then maybe save the story for after. Like that's, you know, like, come on. Like that's like a bedtime story.
Yeah, that's sexy time 101.
Yeah, exactly. You can't be coming in there with the story,
they,
right?
They
like,
literally, you know what? And I'm going to add that to the book.
Yeah, please add it to the legendary book.
Slingshot, Flannel, and Wink, baby.
Yes, which is available on GuruHunting.com. Just kidding, because we don't have one.
We're working on it.
We're working
Please
on
watch
it.
this video. So we can get there.
Let's see here. My number 8. Let's freaking go to Friday the 13th Part 2 with the greatest transition shot in cinema history, and that's where we freaking get Muffin walking up to freaking Jason and immediately goes to the fucking grill with the hot dogs. And I thought that was the most beautiful, hilarious, what the fuck transition I've ever seen in my movie watching career. Like, because if you tell me best transition shot, I'm always going to think of freaking Muffin and the hot dog.
that was pretty good. Every time that gets me too.
Oh man, that it's so beautiful. It's such a beautiful moment. No wonder freaking the dude talks about fucking sticking hot dogs and donuts because of Muffin, man.
Oh,
come on, man. Let's not spoil anything up to this fucking point.
Well, fuck. But Chris, before I spoil anything else, what's your number 8?
I'm gonna go with part 5. One of my favorite sequences in the franchise. Our boy, man. In the shit box. Why don't you guys sing it with me here? Just baby.
Ooh, baby. Ooh, baby.
Okay, well,
hey,
fuck you both,
baby.
man. We can't harmonize worth a damn. But that whole
fucking demon.
Right there,
that's his name.
Demon. Yeah, I couldn't think of his fucking name, but yeah. Ooh, this shit box is gross. Just that whole thing there. Yeah, that whole sequence right there, dude, is it's so much fun, but at the same time, when you look at it in the context of a horror movie, you're like, why is a guy being killed in a porta potty, and why are they having this much fun with it? You know,
This shit box is gross.
I don't know why this is the third time in the franchise we've seen a dude on the shitter either. Like that's really the bigger question. Like we saw it in part 3, we saw it in part 5, we also saw it in was it maybe it's just the second time. No, we saw it twice in part 3. We saw it twice in part 3. Chuck was out there, and so was Harold.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then now in 5, this is the third time, and then it happens again later. Like in Halloween, we see it multiple times too, where people are on the shitter and they get freaking murked by Michael. Like I just don't know why.
Hey man, from a serial killer standpoint, I mean it's an easy place to strike, you know.
Yeah, because of Zombieland, what was rule number 3? Don't go to the bathroom alone.
Yeah, man. I mean, like, what is easier?
Wipe your ass.
Yeah, wipe your ass.
Let's picture yourself. You know, I mean, you're in the shoes of a serial killer. You know what's more vulnerable than that? You know, I mean, you're in there taking a dump. Your prey's real easy to get to. You know, they're like they don't have their pants on. They're going to try to pull their pants up. If they try and run, they might trip. And not to mention, they're just in a heightened state, you know, because they're trying to relax enough to take a dump.
And in Demon's case, he had to worry about snakes popping out and biting him in the ass too.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, you better watch out for the snake that's gonna crawl up that crapper and bite your ass.
I love it.
Oh my gosh, that's a good one. So, Brad, that was your. Was that your number 7? Oh no, sorry, that was Chris's number 8. So
my
number 8. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. My number 7. My number 7's also from part 3. Again, we're back there. This is where Shelly. This is where the girl comes out to hang out on the dock, and Shelly's been hanging out underwater for who knows how many hours. Like he's just been down there floating around, mask on, with a spear gun, and he just pops out from the water like out of nowhere. Like I don't know how long he was under there. But like literally the whole scene takes place like she comes out slowly, she's like dangling her feet in the water, and he just comes out of there. Like it's just like, okay, where did this guy come from, and why is he out in the lake alone, like underwater? Like literally had no reason to believe anybody's gonna be out here, and he's just out there just hanging out with a fucking spear gun and a mask on in a wetsuit underwater. Like I just don't know where he came from, why he was there to begin with, and what he thought he was going to get out of it.
That'll teach you a valuable lesson.
Like unless he was freaking hunting for sharks in a lake, which connects to the ocean later. I just don't know what his
I
plan
figured
was.
it out. He was freaking hanging out with Mrs. Voorhees' dead ass body because remember she made an appearance at the end of 3. So Shelly was just hanging out with her and showing her some love underwater. You know,
do not make a comparison to High Tension right now.
Under the pond.
Oh my gosh. All right.
Oh,
yeah. I don't know. He had no legitimate reason to be there. I don't know why he was there. So yeah, that comes in here at this point.
All right.
Number 7.
For my number 7, I'm gonna be in the same movie as you just mentioned of Friday the 13th Part 3D, and I got freaking go with one of the greatest the coast is clear calls in the history of cinema. With the freaking biker gang call where just saying the coast is clear, we're gonna freaking steal this gas, because they're freaking giving us a little 2022 tip back in 1982. 1982. That's where they freaking were teaching us that little technique to freaking steal gas because gas prices. That's a but dude, I even just randomly walk around my house and just randomly go. I just freaking that's fucking hilarious. So that's my number 7.
I want to see your freaking your Ring camera footages that you have around your house.
Place a link inside your home so we can just review it.
All right, here we go. Let's go.
Yeah, man. That's funny because I had the same thing listed here, Brad. I put Shelly camping. And then I went back to review my notes to see what was going on here. And I put my actual note was Shelly probably has the biggest dick, but who the fuck brings this many props camping?
That's his whole world in there.
I know, man, but it's like there's the whole world in there. The props just in general. So many WTF moments with fucking Shelly. I love the guy. I love the character, but his entire existence in this franchise, to me, is a WTF. Because he's just so fucking out there, dude. So many great moments with Shelly, dude. But yeah, he's got too many goddamn props. Just to go on a camping trip. I mean,
yeah.
Brad, can you imagine whenever we went to the tiny house last year, if the entire time I was just pranking everybody, you would be like, why did you even bring all this shit, dude?
You come out with a fucking like a case you would see in band class that's got trumpets and shit in it, and you just pull it out and it's like you fucking put it in the closet up there. It won't even fit. You can't close the door because it's too big, and you got to freaking you're just pulling out fucking mask and fake machete the whole weekend. No, I don't know what I would do.
And dildos and
shit.
Like,
man, we're just out here trying to grill in the dark with no light.
Yeah.
Okay. Touche, Bubby. Yeah, man. But that's it. Shelly for me at number 7, man. I pick a fucking Shelly and his props.
Number 6. We're number 6. For me, we're going to Jason X here. We're in the midst of Jason fucking people up. Like he's actually like actively on the trail of everybody, like murking people, cutting people up. He just chop your pilot away, and then you're going to tell me that this dude's just going to take the time to fuck a robot. I don't know why. I just don't know. Like I don't know. Like I don't know the logistics of it. I didn't even begin to think about the logistics of it, Ex Machina style. I'm just thinking like Jason's
And it
literally
wasn't
trying to
even
kill people.
Alicia Vikander, man. I mean, you can't.
I know. The nipples weren't even real. They had to place them like one up. There's probably 3 nipples at least, and I'm thinking
And
like
they weren't
like,
perfect.
no, but they were close, but they kept falling off. So I'm thinking like they're in the middle of getting attacked by Jason, and they take the time to like, hey, do you want to go for 100% on this, like a survival rate, and like they just take the time to go off and he fucks a robot, presumably for the first time, because like I don't know like if they made it to that point in their relationship yet, but like I just like now's not the time, man. Wait until get out of this, do it later. But now's not the time. Like, get out of there first and then do it later. But I guess it worked out well for both of them. I mean, she only had a head.
I don't know, man. It's an intense moment there, you know.
Hey, just to let you know too, I did some extended research with that robot. That is the robot baby from Titan.
Oh, really? Wow, that's how it ended up. Wow.
Yeah, that's how
Great.
it ended up.
Great.
So, yeah, just to give you a status on that, but
yeah. So
yeah, that to me was just a
yeah.
moment I was scratching my head. I was like, we could have done this earlier in the movie. You guys should have been getting it in like earlier, like way back. Like maybe not now. Like
my father was an 89 Cutlass Supreme.
oh my god. But all right, I got my number 7, and we're going to freaking like tell the greatest sci-fi story of all time with my number 7. And my number 7 is from Friday the 13th, Part 7, The New Blood, where freaking 80 is just laying it all out there with his whole sci-fi flick. Oh shit, why did I not write down his sci-fi flick? I think it's like StarCon or something like that. And he was freaking like just getting all into it, like describing it.
Personal penis enlarger.
To everybody who just even wants to care. I think he was trying to even tell Melissa the story. And Melissa's like, fuck this. Let's just go upstairs and do it.
Cunt.
But like, it's like, well, this is way better for StarCon. But, and for his freaking Whitey Toddies. Apparently, Whitey Toddies is an issue in Friday the 13th series as well. But I just freaking laugh every time. Just as he's just so into freaking sci-fi story of his. First, it shows all the hot chicks at the party.
yeah, that guy was the pothead.
Yeah, that fucking pothead too. So damn, there's so many good ones in Part 7 as well.
Yeah, man, and moving right along to 6 for me. I mean, I think this is a fun one that I always go back to, and you could probably replace it with something better. But for me, man, the fucking Crispin Glover dance from Part 4, the dead fuck dance, man. Them going over there and putting that song on, and him just absolutely murdering the dance floor in a way that Jason couldn't murder anybody in the entire franchise, is just phenomenal to me.
Bert did it better, though.
Yeah, I was like, I fucking did it better.
I mean, yeah, Bert did it better, of course. But in the actual, you know what? In the Good Will Hunting franchise, he did it better. But in the F-13 franchise, the damn Crispin Glover, it's hard to beat that scene. And when he starts killing it out there, and even the guy is like trying to make out with this chick on the stairs, and is just like caught off guard, and it's like, what the fuck is this guy over here doing?
What's that dead fuck doing?
And Paul or whatever changed the song. Like Crispin Glover had it on something like a little bit slower, and then Paul comes over here and is like, "No, fuck that." And he's the one that puts it on the new song, and then that's what whips out the freaking beast mode version of Crispin Glover. That's what's good. Yeah, that whole sequence.
Well, he was trying to freaking stop that copyright claim they had back in the 84.
Back in Black,
with Back in Black. So he's just trying to save the movie, man. So
that's wise. That's a very wise. That's as wise as a penny, you could say.
Oh my gosh. So
wow.
Brad, we're in the top 5 now. So Brad, what is your number 5?
Number 5 for me is we're going all the way to the beginning. Jason 1, Friday the 13th Part 1. It's when people are actively getting murdered. Again, this is kind of similar to my last pick. People are actively getting murdered. Alice just found a bloody ass fucking axe in the bed, and then she's like, "Oh wait, I think I need to take a nap now." She says that. She does. Like, and then she's like, she just fucking. She's like, "All right, I only got 6 hours of sleep last night. I needed 8. I need to go ahead and just take another nap. Even though I had the coffee earlier that took me 4 hours to brew up, like I just got to go ahead and take a nap now, I guess, so I can get my ducks in a row.
So what pissed you off more? Her taking a nap in the most like unopportune time to take a nap when all your friends are getting got, or freaking being an inconsiderate bitch and not putting on the lid correctly? Like, she didn't put on the lid correctly. I'm OCD and it fucking infuriated me. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
I don't care about that as much as I did almost put in the list that where she throws a thing of yarn at Pamela later, like when she's getting like Pamela's trying to kill her.
Oh yeah.
She's like, oh,
Hey,
let
Pamela's
me
a sexy cat. She's a sexy
let me
cat.
defend myself with the yarn. I don't think she talks like that, but if she did, that's what she would say.
Oh my god, like that. She just is one of the most infuriating characters in cinema history for me.
She's good at strip Monopoly, though.
Well, no, she wouldn't have
You're
done
damn
it.
right.
But anyways, my number 5. Let's go from from a negative character to a positive character. Let's freaking go to Ethel in part 5.
Who the fuck are you? What the fuck do you want?
A new beginning. Ethel and her chicken. Just the enthusiasm she has of cutting up her chicken, going, like freaking, I've never seen anybody have so much fun choking a chicken, chopping up a chicken, you know.
Hey,
just fucking Ethel, man. Like, she knows how to work her way around chicken.
Keep practicing, Joey. One day you will choke that chicken.
You're damn right.
I also like saying, "Who are you? What the fuck do you want?"
The darkness of my belt. The darkness of my belt is like that of the inside of a coffin on a moonless night. Then that's black.
Joey, the sea creatures.
Not the sea creatures. But no, that's my number 5. Is the freaking Ethel and her chicken.
All right, man. I was moving up the list here. For number 5, I had and you guys will have to help me here because I can't remember exactly what the line was, but I really just want to include the entire character of Creighton Duke from number 9. Is what
fair.
the fuck to me, man. I mean, all that and then whenever he's doing like the broadcast, let me ask you something here, Mr. Duke. Not even remember what he's even asking. It's like, how do you think about Jason Voorhees?
But yeah, so when I say Jason Voorhees, what do you think of?
What do you think? I think of a little girl showing a hot dog through a donut.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Wearing a pink dress.
A little girl in a pink dress, sticking a hot dog through a donut.
And you know what I mean? The reporter is just like, interesting. Tell me more.
Well, I want to know more.
Later on, he's breaking fingers. I mean, he is, just such a strange fucking character.
There's a price you got to pay for this knowledge.
Yeah. And then he's basically shooting ropes in his fucking pants every finger that he breaks. He's like, he's like, just fucking laughing it off, man. It's hysterical. So Creighton Duke, his entire existence is WTF to me. Number 5.
Why don't you blow me, Chief?
Okay. Oh, man. That's fucking good.
Number 4 for me is You Passed.
You pass!
From Jason X, dude. Freaking nipple twisting.
Daddy likes it hard. Daddy wants it hard.
Dress wearing, like freaking just like what the fuck is going on
dude.
here in the sequence in 20 whatever year it was. I don't get it. It just because it came out of nowhere, right? Like whatever. People are into their things. This guy's into getting his nipples twisted by freaking ice freaking squeezer or tongs or whatever it was. But what this came in a sequence when there's like so many different things going on though. It's like this is like kind of, if I'm not wrong, it's been a while since I've seen the movie, since last year, but I feel like it was cut in between this and like Jason getting dissected by the other girl.
It's very abrupt. Yes.
It just comes.
I distinctly remember the cut is very abrupt. Whenever it's like you're in the middle of something else, and then all of a sudden he's like and all of a sudden he's getting tweaked up, dude, which is fine by me. I mean, I like a little nipple play as much as the next guy, but not while there's a fucking psychopathic killer on board. You know what I'm saying?
I
have nipples, Brad. Could you milk me?
He was just freaking bring out his inner Gandalf, and instead of "You shall not pass," he's going "You shall pass."
Yeah, that's what he. I mean, she passed. I mean, she definitely did a good job. I just don't know why this was here in this point of the movie, or for any movie for that matter. I just don't get it. Like it just really came out of left field.
My number 4 is freaking the Axel time. Axel from Friday the 13th Part 4, the final chapter where he's getting on with that sexy nurse, and Jason's hand like pops out and goes, does that whole spiel. I don't know exactly what it is. He's like, holy shit, fucking crystal chicken. Like, but that's not it. But it's just whole big rant.
Jesus Christmas! Holy Jesus, goddamn! Holy Jesus, jumping Christmas shit!
Of like just completely out of left field. And then afterwards, he tells her to go screw off.
Part 4?
Yeah, Part 4.
Yeah, at the beginning when he's watching the yoga
in the
porn.
morgue.
Yeah,
that's what I was gonna say. And then he watches that singing with the yoga and all that. Actually has that one chick and Jason Liz that does the fake sex thing in the van.
Yeah, she
or
was
an RV. Yeah, she was actually one of the 3 girls in that yoga scene.
I never knew that.
I thought that was cool. But yeah, just Axel pretty much the entire time, and especially lays the sandwich on the dead body and goes like, "She's cute, but she got murdered." Still cute. but Axel's my freaking dude, man. So that's why I gotta give him a shout out. That's why he's my number 4.
Sick
Man,
bastard.
I don't remember that one at all. But for my number 4, back to these later sequels, dude. I don't have a lot in the earlier movies. I'm going with the fucking head punch, man. There again, Birdie did it better, but still to this day, I remember watching this and I was like, just the Capicam, whatever it was, they threw off the building, and the camera is like has the
GoPros.
The rolling head, just Jason. This kid has tracked this murderer, this hockey-faced murderer, to the top of this building and has given it everything that he's got, right? Throwing himself up against a brick wall like Batman going against Bane in The Dark Knight Rises. And then there at the end, just absolutely holds him up, Jason does, and then not only beats the shit out of him, but in one punch, decapitates the man.
Into a dumpster.
Yeah, and then the head
it closes.
Just still, to this day, one of the dumbest WTF fucking moments of the series. So I can't get enough of it. That's it for me, man.
Oh man, I'm sorry. I'm just remembering that skit. We freaking did that in one take. Like, we were really impressed with ourselves. We did that shit in one take.
We made it work, man. We made it fucking work.
And we were surprised the mailing didn't even break. So we actually did it twice, but we did it the first time.
Oh yeah, I think maybe we did end up using the first take.
Yeah, but it was just good memories, and that's one of the most iconic kills in the entire franchise. We're in top 3 time now. So what is your number 3?
Number 3 for me, we're gonna go to part 7 again. And I'm sorry, like the top 3 is not that exciting, but it's also like I couldn't do anything different. That number 3, we're going to part 7. It's the ending, dude. Like this fucking the dad comes out from the deck and takes Jason in, but he's fucking fully like he got all this he looks like he's been down there for 10 minutes, and maybe he went down to the bottom and got a little dirt on his face, but that could have been there before. Like maybe he just kind of barely touched the surface. And he comes up, he takes Jason down, and we're supposed to accept this as the ending, the final act, the finale of this part 7 movie. No thanks, I'm not going to accept that. That's silly. Like, it's not even a dream sequence. This is actually what happened. This is how Jason died in part 7, as he got sucked failure LaFleur by Jason in this moment by freaking dad, who still has all of his skin left. He's been dead for 15 years. Like, it doesn't make any sense, and I just don't like it. And it's really weird. There's really no reasonable explanation for it at all. It should have been Bone Boy coming out, or like not even put that part in there at all, and it would have been way better.
Well, I could defend that scene, but I'll do it for a different time because this is what the fuck moment. It's not defend a good moment.
There's nothing to defend though. Like it's not like it's all in her head.
I'll do it later. I'll do it later.
Okay.
But God, I'll do it off camera where I just freaking school you ass. But here's my number 3 foe. Let's freaking go back to outer space again, because again, I can't get enough about that nipple placement, because that's why I have at number 3 of Jason X is the freaking nipple falling off. Because like that's you think if with a robot that nipple will already be attached already, like mechanically, but it's just like gloop. I'm like, okay, then I just busted out laughing the first time I saw that. But he just picks it up and just places it right back on there, like kind of like she's a part of a set of Build-A-Bots. Which again, I hope I get to experience that someday when we do have thin bots. But I always laugh at that scene, so that's my number 3.
Who had the better nipple placement though, her or Brie? Like obviously, like
Brie, real's better.
But the nipple placement though, like specifically, like if you're talking symmetry and like
that's
lineage.
not fair.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it all comes down to style and taste, But I would absolutely, you're right, Brett. I would love to design, my own nipple for my own fembot.
I'm sure you would.
You're damn right, dude. And I could spend all day in there just designing one nipple. But
copy and paste for the second one.
Yeah. Okay, number 3 for me. We're at number 3, right?
Yes.
Okay, number 3 for me. Going back to the well here, I think Brad already brought this up, but this is one of my favorite moments in WTF for the entire franchise. You big dildo. Yeah, the mom there, Junior, and what's the mom's name?
Ethel.
Would you shut the fuck up?
Ethel. Fuck yeah, dude. As she tells the guy at the beginning, the guy at the
you tell her, Ma.
Say it like you mean it, Ma.
That, and then the rage punching and the rage riding around that. They hurt me, Ma. They hurt me real well, Ma. He's fucking doing the 360s out there, and all of a sudden, Jason does this the kindest service on planet Earth by decapitating this guy and getting him to shut the fuck up.
Mm-hmm.
But
yeah, that was
yeah,
sick.
man. All of that stuff together, man. Junior and Ethel, my number 3, man.
Dude, you can't go wrong with a funnier duo or what the fuck duo than that.
No, that's perfect duo, man. I agree. Number 2, man. Let's see. 2 left. Both of these, I just can't do anything different about. Number 2 for me is, as Brett mentioned it earlier, it's the ending of Jason Goes to Manhattan, Takes Manhattan. It really, like, specifically, it's the moment the mask comes off and we get these dinosaur sounds, pterodactyl, fucking chiclet boy, like the teeth. He's like, oh, and then, like, he's got the teeth, like the chiclet teeth that you said in the review, Chris. Like I just. Like, and it looks like he made his face out of clay, and he's seeping water. Like, it's like, what the fuck is this, man? And then
please go back and check out our review series on part 8 whenever we actually combined all of the actual footage with the sound effects that we made. It was fucking hilarious.
What the fuck are these noises he's making? And then like there's water coming out. He's like spitting up water. He's like, and like all this water's coming out. And then like, why are we in the sewer to begin with? This is your finale of Jason Takes Manhattan. The finale, and you're in a sewer that could be anywhere. The finale should be up there, like in the subway, where you were, like somewhere that you could actually believe is New York. But we're in a fucking sewer for the finale, and it's like, which could be on a set anywhere. Jason's spitting water up, and then like, I'll top one off. You thought that was bad. The water, the acid runs in, and then Jason turns into a young boy again. Like, it's like, what the fuck is this? Like he's laying down there. He's not naked. He's got underwear on. Like, it's like, where, like, it can't be the same underwear like the Hulk. Like, it's just like, it's like, because he's shrank. 3 times like his size. He's down to little boy size, and he's just fucking naked minus the underwear. He's got hair, which doesn't make sense for Jason, and like he's just there. Like it doesn't make any fucking sense at all. And I think it's the worst moment in the franchise, honestly. Like I just I don't. Yeah, I don't get it. It's I don't get it.
Well, that's another thing I could defend too, but I'll defend it off
You
screen.
can't defend either one of these scenes, dude. There's no way.
Absolutely
you can
there's no defense against it at all.
There's
It's
no
just
defense
bad altogether. And do you remember? Oh, we talked about on the review episode. Do you remember the cut scene of Jason opening his mouth and the little boy swimming in his teeth?
Oh my god!
So yeah, bad,
dude. Give me that freaking mansion house from Halloween 5. Whatever, I'll take that. That's a masterpiece. This is trash. What is this? Who came up with this idea to have him turn into a little boy in the fucking
we said
sewer?
The review, man. There was a meeting where they said there was a script there for Jason Jason briefly commandeers a small vessel, and they read it out loud to each other, and they said, "Yeah, let's go with that."
I know. And
it's
he
wild,
like the
dude.
chiclets and everything, dude. Like it's like what the fuck? This is like part 7 was so badass. When he took the mask off in part 7, that was so badass. And then you take this mask off, and it's like, what the fuck is that? I could do that with Play-Doh. Like I just don't. I don't get. Yeah, but I think
I've seen Michelle fucking crochet things that
Oh my gosh. I have no words because I could defend that scene. But again, I'll defend that scene at a later time.
There's nothing to defend. It's defenseless. There's no this is as defenseless. This is as defenseless as who was it? Who couldn't defend who in the Super Bowl? Like this, like that's like that. There's no defense there. Like,
moving on, because that Super Bowl pisses me off. So my number 2, Chris said this earlier, but I gotta go with the freaking the Jason worm entering the vagina. What
nice
the fuck was that all about? Like, I have no words. Like, that's how we're gonna freaking possess people. We're gonna go up the freaking human anatomy of a hole, and then just like, really, like that's the creative room. Like, how are we gonna freaking get worm Jason and possess him?
Look at the human anatomy of a hole. I mean, that's
or what's that freaking? Or what's that classic Sailor song going? Shove it up your hole. Okay. Anyways, I don't think that's a real song, but
I haven't heard that one either. But I'll tell you what, dude. The human anatomy of a hole. Yeah, dude.
Okay, but anyways, that's my number 2. I can't freaking top anything else after that. But
I mean, it was on my list. Jason is reduced. He is devolved into a worm, and then he, finds a vagine. So that's all.
I can defend this. I can defend that.
Oh my god.
Yeah, you're gonna defend
no.
this.
I'm sorry. I can't defend that.
I just want to move past it, really. Although I do think that there are people out there who should get a tattoo of the words "the anatomy of a human hole." My number 2 is one of my favorite moments, going back to a couple of the originals. And it's this: I've always wanted to live my life. I've always thought about like, what might it be like if I didn't walk on my legs, but instead I walked everywhere on my hands. And we get to see a little bit of what that might be like in part 3 with our handstand guy there, and I can't remember his name.
I can't remember his name,
but he walked. Talking the handstand guy. He walks all the way to the fucking fridge. He gets a beer, and then gets murked in the hallway there. Jason just absolutely takes the balls out.
Yeah? Are you still out there? I can't.
All the way down to the sternum, basically. So
Terrifier style.
How is he going to carry that beer up the stairs anyway?
With his feet?
Who knows, man? Why is he even walking around on his fucking hands? That's the WTF moment. Like, why is this guy even doing that? Even if, like, so if you heard a chick say, like, oh man, I guarantee give a guy some pussy if he could do if he could walk around in his hands, you know. And then that had to have been what happened, like off screen, because then he's just like, oh shit, I'll learn how to walk around the whole house on my hands.
I'll try it, but I would be busting it all the way down the fucking stairs. Like there's no way.
Yeah, but even if you perfected it, like she's in the shower, she can't see you. Why are you even doing this? There's no other reason. So many questions I have for this young man.
Well, plus there's a risk of getting a splinter because that's like freaking wood on the floor. And plus, even I'll admit I could freaking do a handstand in a swimming pool, but I can't do one in real life.
But yeah, you're right. That's
too much
being
info,
on.
But
so I mean that's
I would say
me,
wait
man.
until you wait until you get back in the bathroom to start walking on your hands. But even then, she can't see your ass. Just maybe just get all the way up to the shower and then flip over.
Maybe just walk in there on your hands and just be like, hey, I've always wanted a BJ in this stance. You know what I mean? Try to be a little creative that way. You don't need to fucking walk around the whole house, you know, just be kind of, subtle and clever when you walk in there. So that's WTF for me, man. Number 2, fucking the handstand.
Number 1.
So, I thought something disgusting, but let's just move on.
Please. The human anatomy of a fucking hole, dude.
I know it is. The anatomy of a human hole, not just the human anatomy of a hole. The anatomy of a human hole.
That's the best thing ever. That's the Patreon level number 1, the tier. Okay, all right. Anyway,
yeah. Hey man, what level are you? I'm the damn anatomy of a human hole.
Man.
Okay, so here we are. Okay, number 1. I cheated like a motherfucker, but I picked the whole movie of Jason Goes to Hell. Honestly, I could have not. I could have not cheated, but it would have filled up my whole top 10. So I was like, I just need to just embrace it and just put it at my number 1. We've talked about it already. We talked about Carrington Duke or Duke Creighton or Creighton Duke, whatever the fuck his name is.
Duke Carrington.
The donut. Putting the donut through the hole of the human anatomy, or putting a hot dog for the fucking donut hole. And then we talked about him also, like,
you say putting a donut through a human anatomy.
We also we talked about him getting the Jason face and the Voorhees burger and the Jason fries or whatever he got. Weird shit all around, but really, like, nobody's mentioned the shave scene at any point. I don't know if that's y'all's number 1, but there's that sequence in Jason Goes to Hell where he fucking shaves his boy, like he straps him on a table, creams his ass up, and then shaves him, and then he melts to the floor. Like, that's in the air. Like, you have the whole sequence too, where, like, obviously the heart eating sequence you mentioned earlier in the autopsy, weird as fuck, and then. Number 1, obviously, Brett mentioned it. It's the fucking worm going in the vagina. Not only this worm's not going in just any vagina, but this is like his niece's vagina. I think he pulled a Michael Myers from the producer's cut of 6, and he just goes right in there. And I just don't know. Like, it's just weird. Like, there's a dead body in the basement. He turns into a worm and falls down in the basement and just crawl. Like, that's his primary directive. Terminator. That's the directive number 1, and he goes straight for the freaking hole and he jumps in there. I just it's super weird. Jason, everything about that movie is just weird. I didn't want to take up all my top 10 with this, but that's pretty much where we're at. The knuckle crack and everything, dude. Like, it's just a weird ass time.
Dude, I don't blame you for that at all. That's why I did that with my honorable mention, because again, there's so many.
Yeah, and honestly, it's like this movie was written by somebody who like Brad Pitt from Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Like, he just freaking smoked a cigarette. Yeah, like Cliff Booth.
Man,
Like, he just smoked
a smooth character. He didn't fucking write this. Now, give him a break.
I'm talking about after he smokes a cigarette, like, covered in acid, though. Like, he smokes that, and cigarette, then he writes the movie. Acid. Yeah, 50 cents. Like, he does that, and he jumps right in there. Like, I don't know. There's just I could have picked 10 moments from this movie, and it would have been like the top of the franchise. Like, honestly,
it looked like the Myers note that we wrote at my house.
The Myers residence, yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, I'm sorry, Bertie. Go on, man. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No, it's okay. We're good. Because I got my number 1, and This one for me, it makes me extremely uncomfortable, but I just can't ignore it. It has to be my number one. I'm going to the remake of Friday the 13th from 2009. It's when that fucking weird farmer guy licks the fucking porn magazine.
Like that, bitch.
Oh God, I didn't think about that.
What the hell was that?
That's your
all
number
about?
one. God damn.
That's my. Well, it just made me literally scream out loud. What the fuck is he doing that magazine? Like you're not fucking 13-year-old dude. You're a fucking grown man. Like fucking act like one. Like what the fuck?
He's trying to get into that whoop ass machine, dude.
I don't know, but like
it
must have been like smoking his own supply, and that's already breaking your rule of weed is don't smoke your own supply. But like, holy crap! I'm glad he got a freaking good death in that movie.
Yeah, he was weird, man. Welcome to the whoop ass machine, son. I'm gonna kick your ass.
Yeah, but like, God, that's bad. Like, it's just to lick the mag. What the?
Not the. Honestly, I thought the weirdest part was like when he's like touching the mannequin. He's like, remember that one night we had Susie? Like we had
yeah, just
really
all
good time.
that. Just his whole character is a whole big what the fuck.
Joe Grizzly freaking looks at porn on the shitter though.
Yeah, but at least he fucking uses his
You're
hand.
damn
Like,
right.
doesn't lick the magazine because he at least respects the woman in the magazine. But anyways, I'm not going to talk about this. Chris, what's your number one?
Numero uno. You know what, man? It is the mullet at the end of part 7. No, I'm kidding. What if it was on number one? I was just like, you know what? It's this guy's fucking haircut at the end of fucking part 7. No, that's not at all, man. My number one is the fucking wheelchair, dude. That's probably the only moment in I think the entire franchise where I legitimately, I mean, there's a lot of stuff that picks the brain and you're kind of like, what the fuck's going on here? But the damn wheelchair scene, especially around that time frame, is like, what the fuck? He stabs him and then lets him roll down all these stairs. I'm just thinking like,
yeah, that's just appear out of nowhere.
First of all,
disclosure,
someone wrote this. And then to go film it, like someone had to sit there in a damn chair, or at least put a dummy in a chair. Like they had to film something coming down. Those stairs, and actually we're like, that's awesome, bro. Fuck yeah. They're high-fiving each other at the end of that scene. It's just weird to me, dude. Like, I don't know.
Oh man, that's my favorite death in the entire franchise.
It's a badass kill. But I honestly, like, full disclosure, I thought in number 2, when you're picking your number 2, and you started the sentence with, "I've always envisioned a world when I can't walk on my legs."
Oh my god!
And I thought you're gonna follow it up with like, I would be in a wheelchair, and somebody like,
I always wanted to be in a wheelchair, and if I could, I'd be murdered by Jason Voorhees.
I was like, A, you just jinxed yourself. Like you're gonna fucking crash tomorrow, and you're gonna fucking be in a wheelchair, and then B, we're canceled.
I'll be walking on my goddamn hands, dude. Fuck a wheelchair. I'd be like, do you want a wheelchair, sir? I'd be like, you're gonna teach me how to walk on my hands.
But I'm not sure why we're making fun of Mark, folks, because Mark was freaking about to go get some with Brown Panty Lady, which that's a whole nother what the fuck moment. It's the freaking just a courtesy spray.
I did have that in my master list. I had that, and in part 5 where she sprays the breath mint mist into her chest. She's like, I don't. Neither one of those sound that appealing, but whatever.
Yeah, I bet just imagine a guy kissing like Dan would go, bleh, bleh.
You know what, man? No, to keep on brand, I really should have made my number 1 slingshot flannel and wink.
Yeah, it should.
Yeah, I know. I should have put that
for
one
sales.
on there,
you got to keep sales.
But
up,
the last thing I'll say about Chris
is
is number 1 with Mark the wheelchair kill. The reason I love that scene so much, it's my favorite death, is just because it's so unexpected. And that was the first horror movie that really taught me nobody's fucking safe in a horror movie.
Yeah, it was a great scene.
Hey.
Like, it's definitely one of the best kills, and I actually like Mark in the movie. Like he was one of the characters that you actually kind of like and whatnot. But yeah, man, it was definitely
with the
fucking
puck.
Yeah. He's like,
why
hey,
do I have a note in on part 4 that says I would hate to die eating a banana?
Because she does die eating a banana.
The freaking hippie girl.
She's the hitchhiker, and like she gets stabbed in the throat, and she squeezes the banana real hard.
Yeah, fuck yeah, dude. Okay,
Pretending
I
that
know
was
you're
the
talking about
penis.
now. I was like, I don't remember this shit at all, man.
Like it's flatter. The banana gets flatter than the dicks in Jackass Forever when they squeeze him in the when they're playing ping pong with the.
Oh my god, it was so small, dude. It's like they pin it to nothing. Chris Pontius, you're a fucking god out there, bud. Because that was a small. I mean, his urethra had to have been traumatized. I mean, there's no way.
Anyway,
he's splitting his piss from now on. But either way, okay.
Anyways, that is for a future.
Fucking wrap
what the
this up,
fuck,
bro.
Yeah, that's a future. What the fuck episode? Freaking rating of the Jackass franchise if we ever get to it. But guys, that is our top 10. We can easily do a part 2 of this if we wanted to. We actually might because this was such a fun video. So just let us know in that comment section. But we also want to hear from you guys. What is your all's freaking WTF moments in the Friday the 13th franchise? What's your number 1? Or hell, tell us all 10. Just again, let us know in that comment section down below, and let's get that discussion rolling.
And you can find us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Letterboxd, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts. Those links are down below for you to find.
Abso-freaking-lutely. And be sure to like this video, share, and subscribe. And Chris, what can they do to that bell?
Ring-a-ding-ding, a-ding-a-ling-a-ling.
And damn right. And
damn
do
right.
that. Yeah, damn right. And do that bell so you know you can be notified when the next set of videos are up and ready. Until then, we will see you guys next summer at Camp Crystal Lake.
Don't swim in a freaking raft randomly floating in the lake of crystals.
All right, yeah, bring a sack full of crystals while you're at it too. Bring a sack full of crystals in the pantry. Let's go.
Bring your ma, you big dildo.
Yeah, at least bring her head. But
blow your fucking brains out.